All right, folks, welcome in. And I'm happy to say, if you are a Rams fan, you got another JE Live post-game video that will be coming your way next Sunday. Because that's right, the Rams have won their 14th game of the year and punched their ticket to the NFC Championship. And we are going to get into it because I'll tell you right now, the reason why I put in the graphic that an impossible win is because the Rams don't win these games. They don't win the game that you saw against Carolina when a team punches back. They don't normally win that. And they don't win a game where you have a quarterback that makes a throw like that. They send it to overtime, and then it's basically a 3 and out on the first drive of overtime. They normally don't win these games. So I've been watching the Rams a long time. That's one of the craziest wins I've ever seen because once again, Sean McVay abandons the run despite Kyren Williams, who ends up getting 21 carries in this game for 87 yards and 2 touchdowns. They just did not run the ball nearly enough. And Matthew Stafford, this is probably the worst I've ever seen Stafford look, just in terms of the fact that I think the weather, and I'll be the first one to admit it, the weather played a factor. And I was wrong. It ended up playing more of a factor than I expected. But say what you will, you know, I thought it was a really hard-fought, impressive win when this is a team that is known for coming back late in games and winning in the final 2 minutes, and they did it again, and the Rams stopped them from winning the game. How about Cam Curl? How many times do you sit there watching Rams football, you're watching a cornerback, and the ball goes up in the air, and you see them running, but they're not diving for it? Cam Curl got a quick bead on the play and immediately lays out, makes a spectacular interception, and that is really what sealed the deal for the Bears. At that point, I'm sure a lot of Chicago fans felt like at that point, going into that play, the Bears were going to win the football game. All they needed was a field goal, and that play right there just tipped it back on the Rams side in terms of momentum. And the Rams rode Kyren Williams, Blake Corum, and some huge plays by Puka Nacua and Devontae Adams' incredible sliding catch to go down the field, kick a game-winning field goal, and prove Jake wrong about Harrison Mevis. He went 2 for 2 today. It might not look like the most pretty football coming off the foot, but Harrison Mevis was responsible for 8 of the Rams' 20 points. Hat tip to him. Incredible job by him. Just what a game. And you got to hat tip the Bears as well. You know, this is a team, I don't think they're as good as the Rams are, but they were in it. They stood in it. Yes, I know they have home field advantage. Yes, I know it was a cold weather game that, you know, neutralized any chance of really kind of getting out early on this team and not really letting up. But Caleb Williams, man, this is what we're talking about. And I said it on NFC West Roundtable. He is John McClane from Live Free or Die Hard, shooting himself right through the chest to kill the bad guy that's holding him. He's still going to endure the pain as long as he's able to get, you know, a big win. He doesn't care. Unfortunately for him, his 3 interceptions today mattered, and it cost them this game. He did everything he could. There's a lot to unpack. But, man, you just got to be really proud if you're a Rams fan. You got to be really proud of this team. All you ask for as a fan of any sport, any team, you ask for them to actually give a shit and try, right? That's what you want to see. You want to see a team that's trying. You want to see a team that has effort. You want to see a team that doesn't quit. And, I felt like for the first time this year, we watched the 49ers quit in front of everybody last night against the Seahawks. I think we saw some quit, you know, offensively today with the Texans. We never saw quit with the Rams. I didn't love Sean McVay's game plan. I still don't. Just because I love the result of the win doesn't mean I love Sean McVay's game plan. I don't understand why they didn't run more 12 and 13 personnel when the Bears get stifled by it. I don't know why they went so heavy 11 personnel. I don't know why they used Jordan Whittington early on for 2 catches when he only had 18 the whole season. And then they had success with him with 27 yards after the catch to start the game. And then they didn't really utilize him. There are a lot of things I don't understand about this team. There are a lot of things I don't understand about Sean McVay. But you know what? They got the win, and they get to move on, and they are in the final two in the NFC, exactly how it should be. Rams, Seahawks, the two best teams in the league. I know a lot of people are going to pick Seattle because they're going to say, well, Seattle just won a 41-6 game, and the Rams barely beat the Bears. I don't really think you can look at it this way. The Rams found a way to win, and this is a team that's been predicated on their passing attack and has been predicated on the fact that they score the most points in the NFL. They just won a game where the odds were stacked against them. This is why it's, impossible win, if you will. The Rams, they gave up the touchdown late in the game to send it to overtime. You're on the road. You already know Caleb and company does this. They also, like I said, they punt it right back to Chicago. And Stafford didn't even throw a touchdown in this game. Stafford was not great in this football game. Puka Nacua had 56 yards receiving. Like, Devontae Adams had 24 yards receiving. They did not get a ton of pressure in this game, not one sack on Caleb Williams. And yet, somehow, some way, the Rams, who have not won in overtime this year and have not kicked a game-winning field goal, have Mevis kick a game-winning field goal, and they win. I mean, incredible, truly. I'm just so proud of the fact that they were able to step up in those moments. And by the way, say what you will about Stafford, when he had to have it on the final drive, and this is just Matthew Stafford for you, he led them into field goal range. Like, he throws a 15-yard pass to Parkinson. He throws a 12-yard dot to Adams. A far hash throw in the freaking snow. He throws a 16-yard pass to Nacua. He puts it a little bit far for Parkinson. That would have been a touchdown if he put it a little bit more air under it. And then he throws a dot to Terrence Ferguson. Just great coverage by Chauncey Gardner-Johnson. Stafford was really good when he had to be at the end of this game. So I'm really, really impressed with this win. I'll be the first one to tell you, I've been saying it all year, this team is winning the Super Bowl. But for the first time this year, when Caleb Williams threw that touchdown, I really felt like the Bears were going to win. I really, for the first time this year, felt like the Rams were going to lose this game. I didn't even feel that way in the Seahawks game on Thursday Night Football. I could see it coming apart at the seams. You could see it in slow motion, but I was just like, nah, they're going to take care of business. And they did. Stafford went down the field, scored a touchdown, no time, and then unfortunately they gave up the 2-point conversion, the touchdown. But unbelievable, the fact that they were able to win this game. This is probably the most shocked I've been about a win. I mean, I really felt like, and by the way, it's funny how it works. Isn't it funny how it works? The Bears decide to go for it on 4th down twice early in the game. They get one of them for a touchdown, but the other two that they had the failed conversion, guess what? They would have had 6 points. If you give six points more to the Bears, that's 23-20. So I know obviously the game changes, but the Rams defense, say what you will about their secondary and how bad they've been. And yes, they had an awful miscommunication, whatever the hell, for Kobe Durant. But at the same time, they held the Bears to 3 of 6 on 4th down. And this team just never blinked. 9 pass breakups. Do you know how banged up they were? Roger McCreary, who started this game, shout out to McVay for doing that, and Shula and whoever else was a part of it. I was pushing for that. Roger McCreary started this game. Emmanuel Forbes was rotating in. Forbes gets hurt. Then they have McCreary on special teams pull up with a hammy. He gets hurt. They were down in this one. And there was, like, on the final drive of the game, when you have 2 of your corners out, like, that's brutal. And by the way, Kyron Williams came out of this game. I don't know what the deal is on him, but Kyron Williams came out of this game late. And, they still found a way to win. And Kyron was so huge. And, man, just incredible stuff, truly. Incredible. No quarterback since 2016 had completed a pass from a depth of more than 22 yards. Caleb Williams is insane with that throw. 26 and a half yards behind the line of scrimmage. That is the fact the Rams are able to overcome that when they're playing in Chicago. I just don't think that's talked about nearly enough. That to me is the moment. That's the big deal. Caleb Williams, everything's on the Bears. All the momentum is riding on the Bears. You don't want to go into overtime. You don't want this game to continue. Then all of a sudden, all the momentum goes to the offense. It goes to the home team. Man, I'm amped. Just such a great game. Like it's funny because there's a lot of the game that wasn't a great game, but what a wild one for sure. Rams Seahawks to go to the Super Bowl next Sunday at 6:30 p.m. Eastern time, and then the Broncos are hosting the Patriots. Oh man, is it crazy? It is absolutely crazy. CBS of course has Patriots Broncos. Fox has Rams Seahawks. Unbelievable, man. Just unbelievable. NFC West. They own the NFC. That's one thing that's for damn sure. But yeah, Cam Curl's interception. And look, I get on Kobe Durant. Kobe Durant had probably the play that I thought was going to end their season. But that said, Kobe Durant did have 2 picks in this one. And I thought he played pretty well, all things considered. I mean, look, that last play of the game, that's just a bad play. It's awful. I understand that. But I thought Durant with 3 pass breakups today, I thought he played pretty well. And I'm going to give my credit, give him credit where credit's due. Cam Curl deserves to be extended. I don't know if he will. I understand you can't pay everyone. 2 pass breakups, 13 tackles. He was everywhere. Huge. Omar Spates with the pass breakup of the day until, of course, Caleb Williams ended up with the touchdown. But 4th down, coming away with it. Huge stuff there. Cam Kinchins had a huge pass breakup. There was a huge TFL by Poona Ford in this one. Nate Landman had a huge one as well. Jalen McCullough had a really nice pass breakup. There was just really a lot to like from this defense, a defense that I think everybody kind of pointed the finger at and counted out. And this secondary, I thought, did a nice job for the most part covering this team when the pass rush just wasn't where I was expecting it to be. I'm sure, we can probably look at it. They'll end up with, maybe 20 plus pressures. I wouldn't be surprised. And most of that came in the 4th quarter. But man, oh man, that pass rush was not getting there consistently enough. And that makes it harder on a secondary. That makes it harder on a corner. That makes it harder on a safety. So the fact that those guys were really holding up, in my opinion, in coverage was impressive. So, man, what a freaking win. What a freaking win. And I mean, like I said, I don't give a damn what anybody says. This has been a fun team to watch, but at the same time, the Rams typically just don't win these games. They don't win games that end up being like this. They just don't. The Rams also broke a losing streak from the road team this weekend. Every single road team lost in the playoffs this weekend, except for the Rams. They found a way to do it. And they played the toughest game, I think. You could argue, the Texans were playing in Foxborough, and it was pretty snowy and all of that. The 49ers were playing in Seattle. The weather wasn't that bad. And Buffalo and Denver, you get the altitude. But I think the Rams-Bears game snowed throughout the entire game. And then, of course, the wind. I really impressed. Really impressed with the way they were just able to come through and do this. I don't care what it looks like. If you just, I don't know, man. But I'm just so impressed. That's truthfully what I'm at. And I think the best teams are the teams that obviously can dominate, but the second best teams are the teams that find a way to win when things are not going well. Obviously, there's no better team than a UConn Huskies team that blows everybody out of the water in the national title game and in the NCAA tournament. Every single game is 20 points or more. Like, right? You'd like to be that UConn Huskies team in football. You'd like to just blow everyone out. But at the same time, if you can't be that team, then when you play at your absolute worst and you find a way to win, that's just as good. That's second best. So I think it's going to be different. I think it's going to be it's going to be very different next week. I think a lot of Seahawks fans, like I said, are going to look at this game and they're going to say, I'm not afraid of the Rams. Stafford didn't look good. They abandoned the run. Puka Nacua got held in check. Devontae Adams didn't do much anything. And you play a cold game like that, there's going to be residual effects. There's probably not 100%. That's all fine and dandy. But I'm telling you right now, that game is going to be a lot different than this one was. A lot different. So, congrats, Bears fans, on a great season and the fact you were right about the cold. I think the cold absolutely impacted the game. I think the snow impacted the game to a degree. Yeah. And you tip your cap to Caleb Williams, and that team is going to be good, man. They are. But good Lord. Going back to it, though, let's not just talk about how proud I am of the team over and over again. Let's talk about it. Stafford was sacked 4 times in this game. He does such a good job of not being sacked. I was a little disappointed. Now we're going under the hood here. I was a little disappointed with the trench warfare. I felt like the Bears won on both sides, truthfully. Okay? Felt like they outplayed them on the other side. I think they outplayed them on the other. I think you look at, the offensive line. Warren McClendon Jr. has been a monster all season long, but the last 2 games in the playoffs, he just has not been the same player. So that's a little surprising to me, with that. Didn't love the third down decision, to run it. After Chicago calls the timeout and it's official that this is going to go to the 2-minute warning, that's just the reality of it. Like, the clock won't just continue to run. I would have thrown the ball on that 3rd and long. I didn't see any point of running the football. So that was a little surprising to take it out of your MVP quarterback's hands there when you didn't earlier in the game. So that was weird. So I didn't love that. And I just didn't. There were a few things. I didn't like the deep safety pressure, like the deep safety blitzes. I didn't love that. I felt like not using more 12 and 13 personnel against a team that struggles against that was a little puzzling. Not running the football against a team that struggles against that was a little puzzling. But aside from that, I had no issue with the way the defense played. I had no issue with the way the defense, aside from that one play with Kobe Durant, you'll get beat. You got Colston Loveland. You got DJ Moore, right? You got Romo Dunze. They have weapons galore. I'm fine getting beat. Like, I'm okay getting beat. If I get beat on a play because a guy's just better or made a better play and both of them are about the same level, that's fine. I can live with that. What I can't stand is when guys are completely out of position, and I just didn't feel like that was the case today as much as it has been in the past. I thought Shula did a really nice job calling today's game, and honestly, anybody out there that wants to hire Chris Shula, I thought this was a good game on his resume because he went up against Caleb Williams and forced 3 interceptions in this game, okay? Like, and the pressure wasn't getting there. So what did he do? Obviously, we saw the stunts. The stunts got through. He tried a little bit more pressure with the blitz. There were a few moments where, okay, they get some nice blitz pressure. And then, of course, Chicago, you just got to tip your cap to Ben Johnson. He beat you on that play. Called, like, the perfect time of the blitz. He anticipates it. He calls a DeAndre Swift, screen pass to the right side in the flat. And there you go. It's like, okay, well, now everybody's leaning this way. I can just dump it off here. And now all those players aren't on that side of the field. So, there are a lot of things I can point to, but the defense deserves a hell of a lot of praise, man. If you were to tell me that the Rams were going to win this game by only scoring 20, I would immediately be like, how the hell did they do that? This just doesn't, the way the defense had played recently, it just didn't feel like with Caleb Williams, they were going to be able to win a game like that. And they found a way to do it. So absolutely insane. The super chats are coming in droves, so really appreciate you guys. Let's see here. Are they all in here? Because I know they haven't really been showing them all lately. Okay, so I'm not able to show one of them. Daniel Barry Sports Highlights. Thank you for the 2. Should we be proud? Go Rams, though. LOL. Of course. They're one win away from the Super Bowl. I'm absolutely proud of this team. The fact that they played a game where they had no business winning. The way that they played at the end of this game, they had no business winning this game in overtime. I'm not saying that they didn't deserve this win. I'm not saying that they didn't outplay the Bears. But I'm saying late in this game, they had no business winning this game. When he had that touchdown, there's no way that anybody thought the Bears were going to blow this one. So I'm very proud of this win. I'll take this win all day. Appreciate the super there. Maddie Disney fan, thank you for the becoming a new member. Appreciate you. Edgard, thank you for the 2. LFG Jake, halfway there. Hell yeah. We love that. Really close, man. Really close. Alfonso, thanks for what you do, Jake. Horns up, baby. Appreciate you, Alfonso. Multigrain Bread has become a member of the YouTube. So appreciate you, Multigrain Bread. Need to eat more of multigrain bread. How about that? Jay, thank you for the 10. Sean failed Matt today with his play calling. So I like that you brought this up. I do want to be fair to Matthew Stafford, and I defend him a lot, so much so people are like tired of it. So I don't care. I'm going to defend him again. Matthew Stafford might not have it today, right? You see it right away. He's not as accurate, and also the throws he's being asked to make. It's like Sean McVay didn't really adjust until he had to adjust at the very end of this game. And it's good that he did, because it was very similar to the Panthers game. Like right after he hurt his finger, it was like deep pass, deep pass, deep pass, deep pass. So here's what was happening, in case you're wondering why it was they were struggling so much. Why was the pressure getting there? Well, when you're constantly throwing deep down the field, the Bears are just like, okay, I guess we're just going to send the blitz here, because now these long developing plays, we're still getting enough push up front where it's like Stafford has to move around the pocket. Well, now if I send Brisker on a blitz, or if I send Byard, right, I can start really impacting this game. And so that is what Dennis Allen did in this one. Like Dennis Allen was like, okay, if you're going to go deep down the field, I'm going to keep blitzing your ass. That's what's going to happen. Because now, if you're not going to take the short and intermediate, like you're going to try to go for those deep balls, like that is a long developing play. You need a receiver to run 30 yards down the field or 40 yards down the field, whatever you're going to do. And they know that. So it's longer for Stafford to hold on to the football. Therefore, the blitz was getting there. It was working. That's why that was happening. It's a low percentage opportunity. Remember, I said that last week. It's low percentage. So here's the thing, right? He's blitzing, and then Sean McVay makes the adjustment, and now all of a sudden Stafford is hitting them with the short intermediate game. He's hitting them with the short passing attack. When you blitz, you signal to a quarterback, especially a veteran quarterback. He's going to see it. There's now a guy leaving his assignment. He has to get home. If he doesn't get home and I get the ball out, there's somebody open. There's got to be somebody open. Or there's somebody that's open enough. And that's what Stafford was doing. He was hitting the short passes. And that's how you beat that. So that's the thing. And eventually Sean McVay got it through his head that he should do that. But that first drive, man, the game script and everything was just absolutely just a masterclass. I mean, that's the weird thing. Like, they came out and scored a touchdown after an interception in the red zone. They went 14 plays and 85 yards. Like, they hit up Nakua for 15. Then they hit up Whittington for 15. Then Kyron runs for 6. Then they stop Kyron, make it a 3rd and 3. And then they get the first down on Nakua to get past midfield. Then Kyron runs again for 7. Then Whittington makes a 20-yard play. After that, they go deep to Parkinson. The deep shot isn't available. So then they go underneath to Kyron, gets 6. Then a 3rd and 4. They go back to Kyron, gets a first down. And then Kyron Williams takes it into the end zone for a touchdown. That drive was insane. They were surgical. Where did that go? Well, the Rams just stopped running the football. You look at the next drive. It's a 3-and-out pass. incomplete, deep right to Terrence Ferguson, pass to Mumfield, pass, incomplete, punt. How about the punt after that? Kyron, left tackle, no gain. Stafford sacked, pass deep right for 19 for Terrence Ferguson. Stafford sacked. By the way, Stafford sacked. Sweat, ripped the ball out. If Kyron Williams doesn't dive on this football, who the hell knows where this game goes? Okay, Kyron Williams getting that ball is not talked about nearly enough. Huge. We talk about his fumbles, but we don't talk about when he recovers said fumbles. Matthew Stafford sacked by Jaquan Brisker, and then Brisker broke that game. He broke that drive up because, he ends up with the sack, and it kind of puts him in harm's way. Now it's 2nd and 17. Sean decides to go with the run for 6 yards. Then Stafford's going deep to Nakua. 3rd and 11, incomplete, punt. Then a punt. You got pass incomplete. Blake Corum runs for 1 yard, whatever. They had an illegal use of hands to the face, which extended that drive. Corum, 1 yard run, incomplete, sacked, punt. So this is the thing. Don't take away credit from the Bears. Just don't. The Bears defense did what a lot of teams have struggled to do. And now, did they have an advantage playing in this weather? Sure. It definitely neutralized the passing attack. But at the same time, they had to execute, and they did. And I thought Dennis Allen called a really good game. He held the Rams' insane offense to 20 points in a must-win game. So there was, and again, you get Sean McVay flustered, and it's a lot of those big plays, right? You saw it on the 3rd and 1. I know they get the 4th and 1 with Nakua, and I was so glad they called that. But the 3rd and 1, once again, why are you throwing deep to the end zone? Why? Just get the first down. There's a lot of that I just cannot stand. And I know when it works out, you feel great about it. But for me personally, just get the first down. And you know what I like about this game, though? One thing I do like about this game a lot is that I've been saying on here that when you have Puka Nakua, you have a get-out-of-jail-free card. There's no reason in God's green earth that Puka Nakua on 3rd down should not be targeted every single time. I don't care if they put 2 guys on him. That is the best contested catch wide receiver in the game. Guess what? They never double him. Do you know why? You can't double Nakua because he's thrown game-winning touchdowns to Parkinson. He has a rapport that goes back to his first year with the Rams, Tyler Higbee. He's got Devontae Adams. He's got Kyron Williams, right? You can't just double any of these guys. That's what makes the Rams so dangerous. So when you see Puka Nakua one-on-one and he's in the slot and you have that easy, just underneath, quick slant, dude, every time that should go to him on 3rd and short. Every time. Puka Nakua should touch the ball every single 3rd and short. Every single one. There's no reason. The pitch was awful. I hated the pitch call. I was horrified when they ran that. You get it to 3rd and 1. This needs to go to Nakua. This needs to go to Nakua. It's that simple. What I liked, at the end of this game, right? The most important play of the season was 3rd and 6. About 4:54 left to go in overtime. Nakua catches a 16-yard pass over the middle. Jalen Johnson tackles him. That's at the Chicago 43. 3rd and 6. If they don't get that, they're punting. Because they're going for a pass. If it's incomplete, it's going to be 4th and 6 at Chicago 43. It's too far for a field goal. They're punting. They're trying to pin them. If you punted that ball back, Caleb Williams and the Bears win this game. I have no doubt in my mind. Right now, they're bleeding out. It's time to step on their neck and let them die. You have them bleeding out. Have you guys ever played Warzone before? You guys ever play Battle Royale? A guy gets, resurrected or whatever. You leave him, whatever. You leave him, he's downed. He gets resurrected by his teammate, and then he kills you. You can't have that. They're bleeding out. Go win the game. Do it. So on 3rd and 6, Sean McVay was thinking like what I was thinking, and like probably many of you at home were thinking, 3rd and 6. If this is the last play of the season for the Los Angeles Rams offense, who am I going down with? Who am I going down with? Who is the captain of the ship? It's Matthew Stafford, pass to Puka Nacua, just like in the Super Bowl. 4th and 1. Who's getting that football on the 4th and 1? It's Nacua in this game. Who got the Super Bowl 4th and 1? It was Cooper Kupp. Who got the game-winning touchdown? Cooper Kupp. Who got the game-extending, no-look pass that everybody talks about? Cooper Kupp. You do that. You always go down with your best. Don't try to be cute. When you're cute, you end up like Seattle blowing the Super Bowl because you didn't go with your best running back in Marshawn Lynch, and instead you try to get cute and throw to Ricardo Lockett. I couldn't even tell you what Ricardo Lockett's doing right now, but that's stupid. Throw to your best player. Use your best player. That's what I loved about that play. But anyway, Jay, agreed. I mean, Sean rallied as a play caller at the end of this game. He had a great opening game script, but he did fail Stafford on a few occasions. I will say that. I do agree with that. St. Jimmy, thank you for the 5. Might need heart medication for round 3 with the Hawks. Go Rams. Yeah. This team just loves the cardiac Rams, man. Everyone's talking about the cardiac Bears. The cardiac Rams. It's unreal. This team, even when you're like, man, they got off to a 7-0 lead after the interception. This felt like, okay, the Rams could kind of run away with this game. I never really felt like they were going to, but I was like, I wouldn't be surprised. I had them winning by 4. They won by 3. I had them winning 27-23. They ended up winning 20-17 in OT. But yeah, like, dude, they make it so hard. I felt it. I was nauseous. I was nauseous. I was with my girlfriend and she's just like hugging me. She's like holding me. I'm like, I am so nauseous right now. I felt sick. When Caleb Williams threw that touchdown 4th and 4, I was like, are you kidding me? Are you kidding me right now? Like, and I just kind of had a feeling when he let it go, they were just going to make something happen. I don't know why. When he let that thing go, I just had a feeling somebody was just going to catch it. Like, good God. But that's what I mean. To overcome that freaking tsunami of momentum. That's what I would decide. That is what I would describe it as. You have the cold. You have the backyard. Everybody knows. Like, this is Chicago's game. They haven't won this game. Like, they haven't done this in 15 years. I've heard it all. Okay? The Rams are finally like, all right, you know what? We're tired of the team that hasn't won 15 years gets to beat. We're tired of being that team. We're not trying to be that team with the Lions again. That already happened. We're not trying to do that. And so they found a way to win. But that's how I describe it. A tsunami of momentum was on the Bears side. And the Rams took on a damn tsunami and yelled at it like freaking, what is it? Fus Roda from Skyrim. They did the dragon. What is it? The dragon yell, whatever it's called. The dragons speak. They yelled right at that damn tsunami and they shot it away from them. And I'm glad they did because, man, like I said, it was a damn tsunami of momentum heading at them, and they found a way to win that. It just, good Lord, that was not easy. Appreciate you. Jay Johnson, thank you for the 2. Let's go. What a game. Now I can breathe. Yeah, I know the feeling. That so funny how just one thing, points, a team having more points than the other can dictate how you feel an entire week or more, depending. This one would have hurt a long time. So, yeah, I'm glad we we get to continue doing our thing. We've set up shop here, and I wasn't ready. Like Stafford said, I wasn't ready to stop working with these guys. I wasn't ready to stop working with you. And obviously, I'll still be doing content after the season, no doubt about it. But yeah, I wasn't ready for that to be the ending. That felt so much like the Seattle game. I was like, there's no way this is happening again. But Rams pulled it off. Also, shout out Quentin Lake. That freaking tackle on 3rd down, was it? Or 4th? I think it was 3rd down. Oh my God. Like, Swift is trying to hurdle, and he just destroys him. Like a spear. Like Goldberg, who, fun fact, played for the Rams. It was like freaking Bill Goldberg. Like that's a play that gets kind of covered up because there were so many crazy plays in this game. Isn't that also funny? A 20-17 ball game, and there were so many insane plays. It's crazy. But you know what? It came down to a few things that I noticed. There was a pattern this Sunday, okay? Taking the points, keeping the momentum is the way to go. The Rams actually lost the time of possession battle by about 7 minutes. The Rams had 1 penalty. The Bears had 3. Sean Hockley, excellent job. I thought Sean Hockley had the best officiated game of the Rams this season. Every Rams game I've watched, I felt like there's been a gripe in some facet. I thought Hockley's crew was sensational today. I do. There were people that wanted a pass interference call at the end on Ferguson. I'm not looking for anything. I was so satisfied. Like, if the Rams lost this game, this is totally, there's no, I'm not looking back on anything. Like, this was a very well officiated game. This is probably the best officiated game I've seen all year. I know that sounds crazy to say, but I mean, when he officiated today, I was like, you know what? He's had some controversial plays in the past. He has. I thought he was sensational today. I thought his crew was sensational. And you know what? If he officiated the Buffalo Bills and Denver game, I think people would have been a little bit more understanding of how that game ended. This crew was sorely missed in the Denver-Buffalo game. I don't know if it means the Buffalo Bills are in the playoffs still. I don't know what that means. But they could have used him because, good Lord, man, like, he was sensational. I was really impressed with the job that his crew did. I was impressed. People would be like, they're not calling a hold. They're not doing this. They're not doing this. They're not doing it. Like, dude, I don't care. I don't care. They're letting them play. And the big thing I will always point to for officiating, especially in postseason, you can't call it one way the whole game and then decide not to call it the same way when the game gets close. You can't do that. And that is what the reason why people are still talking about Denver and Buffalo is for that reason. You want to talk about the Devontae Adams catch? That's a catch. That's a catch. It's more of a catch than Brandon Cooks. Here's why. Has the ball, is holding it. He's not going down to the ground in one motion. Okay? He has the ball. He makes a football move. I wish we would get rid of that from the, like, I hate that term. I hate that I had to use it, but it is what it is. Makes a football move and then goes down. His knee goes down and then the ball's ripped out. Like, he's down. And the refs knew it. Like, they and also, I'll say this. I thought the one call was interesting. The Rams got an unnecessary roughness call for them. And I kind of feel like they called that because one of the players on the Bears wouldn't let Kyren Williams get up, and they wanted to call delay of game, but they're like, no one really calls delay of game. So I think that's why they called that. And I agreed with that if you were calling it on that. So anyway, I really, really appreciate Sean Hockley's crew because everyone just acts like, yeah, we just hate the refs no matter what the... Dude, I can't stress enough. I didn't complain about the refs once today. Not once. Not once. That's all I'm asking for. When I watch football, when I watch any sport, don't have me sitting there like, oh, they want this team to win or they want this team to win. I don't want to feel that way. And I didn't feel that way today. If the Bears won, the Bears won. And, I'm just saying, like the officiating had nothing to do with the outcome of the game, and that's all you can ask for. It's that simple. But yeah, appreciate the Super J. Jinja Jesus, thank you for the 10. Don't want to be a downer, but after this season, win it all or not, we need to have a serious discussion about McVay giving up play calling. That being said, let's go Rams. We're kicking Seattle's ass. I don't know if they're kicking anybody's ass. I think every game is going to be down to the wire with this team. They just don't blow teams out. And if they do, there are teams that are just not that good. This is a team that will keep other teams in it. Could they have put the Bears away? I don't know. I didn't feel like the play calling was that great today. I felt like this game went exactly how it was supposed to go. If the Rams won 17-10, like, that's how the game felt to me. right? Like it was a 17-10 ball game, 17-13, 17-16, 20-7. Like that's how it felt. I didn't feel like if the Rams did this, like you would have had to talk about things that just never happened. Like, oh yeah, if the Rams just didn't abandon the run, then they would have won by 14. Like I don't really feel that. So I felt better about this game. Appreciate the super there. And then what a catch by Adams. What a PI catch by Curl. I couldn't breathe when Mevis was up. LFG, time for a shot, Jake. Yeah, Silencer, you enjoy that one. Thank you for the 20. What a freaking game, man. Just sensational stuff. And you guys are sensational. How about this? We have around 1,600 people in here. And we have 6,600 views. This week is going to be so much fun. Like, we're going to be dying for Sunday. I know I am. But this week, being able to talk Rams Seahawks for a whole week, the two best teams in the NFL, winner goes to the Super Bowl. It really does not get any better than that. It really doesn't. Regardless if you're a Seahawks fan or a Rams fan, it's going to be a fun week on this channel. It's going to be a freaking blast on the NFC West Roundtable. Goodness gracious, man. I am so psyched, you know, but appreciate the super there. Reckoning, thank you for the 5. This was horrible play calling by McVay. He almost sold it. We had 3:30 left and they called 6 run plays. McVay can't run the clock out when we need to. It was frustrating, but you know what? As poor as Sean McVay's play calling was in this game, when he had to have it, he called a great game to end this game. I thought. I understand some people were like, well, you go for the touchdown or do you go for, moving up a little bit and gaining more yards for a field goal? And I go for the touchdown. Like, I didn't trust Mevis to make that. And then I saw it was 42 yards and I was like, all right, he should make that. But shout out to Mevis, man. Harrison Mevis. I mean, who would have thought? Not me. Right? Josh Carty, really bummed the way that went down. I thought he was a great kicker, and I thought that there were some things that were out of his control. The Rams might have just shell-shocked him by asking him to change his kicking style, because I remember, Pat McAfee bringing it up. He was doing those knuckleball kicks on the kickoff, and it was having so much success, but it was really screwing him up, I think. So on top of that, you had the special teams issues earlier in the year. But how about that also with the impossible thing that I was talking about, the take on this being an impossible win? The Rams won, and they move on to the last round before the Super Bowl on special teams. Like, isn't that crazy? The whole year, the Rams aren't the 1 seed because of special teams. That's like legitimately why the Rams aren't the number 1 seed, is because of their special teams unit. And they're moving on to the NFC title game because special teams. And say what you will. And look, like, Ethan Evans wasn't amazing today. He had a really bad punt. Like, if he punted that 30-yard or 20 yards further, 10 yards further, they probably run out of time and they don't score a touchdown and the Rams win in regulation. But aside from that, I thought Evans punted pretty well, all things considered. 8 times, a net average of 47.5, which is very good. 1 touchback, 3 inside the 20, and a long of 61. Mevis put up 8 points. And Devin Duvernay, like, this is a guy that won the Ravens their game in overtime back in 2023 against the Rams. They held him in check. I mean, I definitely saw going into overtime, punting to Devin Duvernay and having him return it for a touchdown. I saw that playing in my head. I 100% felt like that was possible. So I thought, like, the special teams was great, man. I thought the special teams was fantastic. No penalties, 8 points put up, 3 punts inside the 20, punted 8 times. Like, average is 47.5. I mean, that's good stuff, man. You will take that. Special teams really showed up today. And in a 20-17 game, you need special teams. And now the Rams have won 3 straight. And they've won 2 straight on the road. They're trying to be what is it? I just had the thing up. Since the Texans lost, it would officially just be the Rams. So, the Rams are trying to be the 6th team in NFL history to win 3 straight road games in the playoffs. 4 of the 5 teams that have done this have gone on to win the Super Bowl. So, teams that do this, it favors them tremendously if they get to the big dance. And it kind of goes back to what I was saying to you guys. I don't care what people were saying about, the Rams, Seattle broke the Rams, and they lost to the Falcons, whatever. And they were struggling at halftime with their starters against the Cardinals. That comeback win on the final drive with 41 seconds to go against the Panthers, that touchdown, that recalibrated the Rams. Remember I said that? It recalibrated them. Do you really think that Rams team that we saw against the Falcons wins this game against Caleb Williams and the Bears in Chicago? No, they do not. Sorry, they don't do it. They recalibrated after the win against the Panthers. And then they found a way, despite their offense not being what they were hoping it would be in this game, they found a way defensively to win this game. I am so proud of this team. Beyond belief. But let's get to some supers because we got plenty of them. Appreciate the super there. Multigrain bread. Glad we won, but how did Bears dominate both lines? That was a great question. My one thing, and this doesn't explain both sides, but I could see how the offensive line might have been in better circumstances because of the snow. Like, it's harder to get when you're an edge defender and you're trying to use your hands. It's harder to get traction. And then also, like, your hands are slipping off jerseys and stuff. It's just harder to rush the passer. I could absolutely see that being the case. And I wouldn't be surprised if that was the case. But to your point, why was it both sides? Like, I agree. The Bears really outplayed the Rams in the trenches. And hats off to Ben Johnson. You give him props because they put Joe Thuney at left tackle and they put Jordan McFadden, who has not started a game since 2023, at left guard. And they kicked ass on that side. So I thought they were really good. I thought Jordan McFadden played out of his mind. Like, I was really impressed. I did not think that was going to work, but it did. And yeah, hopefully the pass rush gets more pressure on Sam Darnold next week because that was just not good. Derek, thank you for the 5. What a game. Can finally breathe now. Let's go Rams. Hell yeah. Cheers to breathing. How about that? I'm going to take a quick swig of this water. All right. Zaylor Swift coming in with the 5. Defense wins championships. Bears should have stayed with their run. Rams did and won. Madden 101. You were definitely trying to rhyme there 3 times, weren't you? Never stop running the clock is your enemy. Yeah. I mean, sometimes you got to stop running, but yeah, it was, I thought the Rams did a really nice job against the run. I do. I think there were times where Chicago caught them off guard, but for the most part, Kyle Monungai is their sledgehammer. He ran for 2.8 yards per carry. DeAndre Swift got off to a good start, had some good runs, 4 yards a carry, right? Caleb Williams is the reason they went for 160 yards on the ground because he had 40 of them. 19 carries for 76 yards with DeAndre Swift. Like, you gave up that, with Jonathan Taylor against the Colts. Like, you'll live with that. That's good. Kyle Monungai, 13 carries, 36 yards. You will take that all day. Mind you, 15 of the 36 yards that Monungai got were on 1 carry. So, like, I thought they bottled it up well. I really do. I was very impressed with the job they did. Thank you, Zaylor. Reckoning, thank you for the super. McVay Need a handler to tell him to mix up the pass and run. Well, it feels that way. Man, just gets away from it. Banker, appreciate the 2. My doctor called, said, stop watching the Rams, your BP. Yes. Yes. Yes, and yes, and yes. Totally hear you there. Zaylor Swift, thank you for the 2. Adams catches all clutch. What a vet wide receiver. Huge. He only caught 2 passes. Wasn't really utilized much in the passing game. 6 targets. They weren't really catchable targets for the most part, but 2 catches were so huge, and they both were chain-moving catches. And those are so important, man. I'm glad he's back. I hope everybody checks out okay injury-wise. I'm looking forward to seeing the locker room celebration, which I'll watch after we get off this. But, dude, like, they got to be so freaking amped. They have to be so amped winning this game. Hearing all the noise about, oh, they're showing up late. The weather. I'm not saying the weather didn't get to them, but you find a way to win. That was huge. It was absolutely huge. I mean, wow. It's Matthew, thank you for the 20. We made it past the weather and Bears. Minus some chest pains. I'm feeling pretty good. Damn cardiac Rams, both coaches with questionable play calling. Stafford not at his best, can still get it done. It's true. It's absolutely true. Appreciate you with the 20, Matthew. Dynamic, thank you for the 5. With Sam Darnold's touchdown throw last night, he has now tied Juwan Jennings for playoff touchdown passes with 2. That's insane. Appreciate you. Deuce Falco, thank you for the 10. Rams won. They need to mess up Darnold now. Yeah, they do. We'll see if they do, but they absolutely do. HAV, thank you for the 10. The better team won the game. NFC Championship, here we come. Watch out, Seattle. Can't wait for this game. Feel great about the Rams. I feel like they're going to win. The last time that they were on that field, I mean, say what you will, but it's, yeah. I was really impressed with that. So, and by the way, Matthew Stafford is 4-1 in the divisional round or later in his career. He's only lost 1 game. That was against the team that went on to win the Super Bowl, the Philadelphia Eagles. So, I'm curious who is the official going to be? I saw the dumbest tweet ever from Bill Barnwell. After seeing Matthew Stafford and Drake May in the postseason, maybe we should just take a year off from having MVP. That's so stupid. King Wee, thank you for the 5. This team reminds me of the 2020 Bucks. If you look at the bracket and the opponents, like you said, Jake, it don't matter if it by 1 or 100 win is a win. Mevis. Yeah. Right? I mean, it's almost identical to that team because they were the same seed. They were the same seed. So, funny enough, the Rams played the Buccaneers and beat them that year, by the way. But the Buccaneers lost some bad games in that one. They got blown out by the Saints. They actually played the 4 seed, the 2 seed, and then the 1 seed. It is identical. It's quite literally identical to the 2020 NFL playoffs. So, if you're... This is actually pretty wild. I'm not going to lie. I thought we were going to see Rams-Texans, but looking at this, the Rams were the 6th seed, just like the 49ers were. They beat Seattle. The 49ers beat the Eagles. The Rams, I don't want to say got blown out, but Green Bay won by 14 points against the 6th seed Rams. Seattle won by multiple possessions. We'll say that on the 49ers. Tampa, the 5 seed, beats Washington in a close one on the road. And then they beat New Orleans. Now, mind you, these are both by at least 1 possession or more. They beat New Orleans by 10. And then they played the 1 seed Green Bay Packers, and they won by 5 On the AFC side, the 5 seed won that year, just like the Texans did. The 2 seed won that year, just like the New England Patriots did this year. The difference is this was not the 6 seed. Oh, no, the 6 seed also won. So this is the exact thing. The 1 seed and the 2 seed won in the AFC to move on. They played in the championship. This is exactly like it was in 2020. You have the 1 and 2 going against each other and the 5 and 1 going against each other. That is insane. I said this before the playoffs, before the season ended. And I said the Rams are like the 2020 Buccaneers. This is almost the exact same playoff seeding. Like literally. So based on this, the Rams would play the Broncos if history repeats itself. That's crazy. That's absolutely crazy. History does repeat itself, man. It does. It did in some capacity. So good on you for good on you, King Wee, for bringing this up. I had totally forgotten about it, the seeding wise. But yeah, Zaylor Swift, thank you for the 5. Had a feeling the Bears would overheat. Johnson couldn't help himself. Johnson play calling reminded me of old McVay. Doesn't know when to just run. I mean, say what you will. If Ben Johnson, who attempted to go for it, 6 times today on 4th down? Went for it 6 times on 4th down. He converted 3 of them. If he had just kicked a field goal on 2 of those 3, they win the game probably. So who knows, but that's something to think about. Talk Topic City, thank you for the 5. Thank you for the 5. Rams, huge win. Our defense answered the challenge, and I'm proud of them. Job's not finished. We got a tough challenge next week. That's for sure. I'm really excited to get into it. Alex Smith, thank you for the 10. Great breakdown with Josh Eos earlier. We're going to have an even better breakdown this week, baby. I can't wait. A lot of things came true. DJ's impact. Caleb's making great plays, but also his inaccurate passes. Shout out to Verse as well. He balled today. GG to the Bears. Yeah, it is funny, right? Because Caleb Williams, we were talking about how great of a deep passer he is, but he struggles in the intermediate. And I think all 3 of his interceptions came in the intermediate game. So, yeah, good on you, man, for pointing that out. Thank you, Alex. Appreciate you. Zaylor, thank you for the 2. The LaFleurs have been avenged. LOL. Yes. Matt LaFleur is probably is feeling pretty good about right now. And you know what? I think a lot of Packers fans are. I know a Packers fan in particular, my friend Alex, who texted me during the game. So this is great. This is great. Literally, did your coach learn nothing from last week? He sent that at 9:40 and then said, you weren't kidding about the Rams bringing it down to the wire. Shout out to Alex. Appreciate you. Yeah. Rams took care of business, man. They got the it's a little shaky there, but they took care of it. Appreciate you, Zaylor. FHS Governor, appreciate you becoming a YouTube member. Much love. I am the J Carlos. Thank you for the 10. I almost thought we were going to lose. Thank God for Curl. I did for the first time in so long. I don't even remember. I really felt like even though the Rams were winning, I felt like they were going to lose when Caleb threw that touchdown. Like I really, for the first time, felt like the Rams were going to lose. Genuinely was like, this game's over. Because the momentum, Chicago, the story, I was like, oh, you got to be kidding me. Like the 4th and 4 touchdown, that could not have been a worse. That's, again, why I say the Rams literally went head-to-head with a tsunami of momentum in overtime. Only fed it more with we want to call it a 3 and out, I would say, yeah. And then they, give up a drive, and all of a sudden you're like, oh, crap, Caleb Williams is going down the field, this game's over. And then Cam Curl comes through. Shout out to him, man. What a freaking baller. He dove for that. Oh, my God. I interviewed Cam Curl. If you haven't checked that out, I should probably feature that. But yeah, I interviewed him. What a stud. Appreciate you, Cam. Curl extension time. Yeah, I mean, how do you not bring the guy back if you can afford it? He's a stud, man. I mean, I love Tutu Atwell. You gave Tutu Atwell $10 million and you barely used him this year. Like, what's Curl going to cost? Probably $10 million. I mean, appreciate you, Zaylor. Lucky Lounger, member for a month. Appreciate you. Did Dotson help the run? How was our run game? Oh, he definitely helped. And I think he helped in the passing game as well. His presence was known today. It was felt today. And I think he's going to be better next week with like a full week and everything. I mean, it was kind of back and forth. Like, okay, it looks like he's going to play, but like whatever. Didn't really practice a ton. Full week of preparation. I think he's going to be much better. I'm just hoping that the injuries, because you're going to know probably around Wednesday, guys are going to pop up on the injury report. Everybody's banged up at this point in the season. You just played a cold weather game. There's going to be a lot of bruises and all of that. It's going to be tough, but as long as they have a decent bill of health, I mean, I think they beat Seattle, I'm so excited. I'm so freaking excited. So pumped, man. They're one win away from a Super Bowl. And nobody's going to pick them over Seattle, not after the 41-6 game. So bring it on. That's what I think I'm most excited about. The Seahawks just won 41-6. They just dominated. I just don't see people. Yeah. Sailor's been all over it today. I appreciate you with the 5. McVay loves Ferguson, but we need more Higbee. Fisk wasn't getting after it. Ford was clutch as always. Fisk had some couple plays where it was like, man, that was impressive. Ferguson, man, if he catches that football, can you imagine his story? I mean, he catches a game-winning touchdown. Psh. Oh man, that's, say what you will. That's something. FHS Governor, thank you for the 10. Hey, Jake, new here. I think I finally figured this out. Appreciate you. Appreciate you being here. I'm glad new people are showing up. We love that. It's good for the health of the channel, but also welcome in. Stay a while. Man, this is fun. I'm glad to be doing this. I love talking with you guys. I love being able to go over games. I love doing our post game, just reacting. Obviously, I have my thoughts more organized after games, like a day later, but this is the rapid reaction. This is what's on my mind, what I'm thinking of. And yeah, appreciate you. Jeff, thank you for the 10. Rams are impressive mentality-wise. Regardless, less of how it ends. We are killing it. Shout out Durant. I'll put him about Jay Jenkins from now on. Yeah, I mean, Durant came through with 2 interceptions. He also gave up one of the most brutal touchdowns I think I've ever seen. Wow. I don't know. I don't know, man. They found a way, but I do not know. I still can't believe that. I've watched that play out a million times, and that never seems to go in the Rams' favor when something like that happens. But I appreciate it. Jake, you're wrong on Verse. He whiffs bad, can't tackle, he needs help. Thank you for the 5, SoCal. I don't see how I'm wrong on Verse. Verse had 6 pressures today. He had his moments where like, okay, whatever, but his get off was under 1 second. It was 9/10 of a second. His get off was. I didn't think Verse was bad. He just needed to finish, but like he had in the can't tackle, he made some huge plays behind the line of scrimmage. He had 6 pressures. No other Ram defender had more than 3, according to NFL Pro. And 5 of Verse's pressures came against his left tackle. So, yeah, I don't know. I just think Verse is one of those guys, until he gets sacks, he's not going to be appreciated the way he deserves to be. That's just the reality of it, but appreciate the 5. Cody, thank you for the 10. McVay's confidence is so high on Stafford, he sees the plays that are there. Stafford was just missing, and I'm pretty sure he just thinks Stafford's going to start hitting them when the run game was there to help him. That does seem about right. It's funny, you can kind of interpret it in different ways, but I definitely could see that being the case. Like, okay, Stafford just missed that throw. We're going to keep doing it. And I feel like maybe adjust to the fact he hasn't hit that throw today. Maybe he's not going to hit that throw today. Start, pounding the run. So yeah, it's Yeah. What are we doing here? What's going on? Oh, here's Jeffrey coming in. Hawks fan. Appreciate you being in here. Remember that time the Rams, remember they employ a running back? Going to be a classic game, hard fought. Make sure Stafford dresses warm. Go Hawks. Appreciate you. Let's check the quick Seattle weather. I can't believe we're doing the weather thing again. I feel like such an asshole doing this. But anyway, so the weather in Seattle is going to be in the 40s, it looks like, around game time. Yeah, 40s. Not a lot of wind. Rams just played in some crazy precipitation and some wind. Yeah, we'll take it. We'll take it. Appreciate the 5. Deuce Falco. Rams should go all the way this year. They should. Appreciate the 20, man. They absolutely should. It's set up for them. Just take care of business against a team that you beat by 2 and you lost by 1. It's not going to be easy to play at Lumen. Like that crowd knows they are 1 win away from a Super Bowl. But so are the Rams. And the Rams have one thing Seattle doesn't. That's not true. They have a lot of things Seattle doesn't. Matthew Stafford, Sean McVay. Whatever. But point being, the one thing that Seattle doesn't have is that Seattle has 1 win. Okay? Dominant win, sure. 1 win coming off a bye. Now, they have more rest than the Rams because they played on Saturday and the Rams played on Sunday. But for the most part, the Rams just have it's a regular week for them. They're back on their schedule. They're not playing on one game or, a game extra rest or whatever. And they're not playing in the elements. So the Rams, they just got 2 wins under their belt on the road. They know they can win this game. And this is against a team that they came very close to sweeping. And by the way, they scored a touchdown against in overtime. I'm just saying. Daniel, thank you for the 5. McPast is too addicted to the big play. It feels like until we get an explosive running back like Gurley, he will continue to shy away from the run. I don't know if that's entirely true, but there are times where, on that 3rd and 1, 4th and 1, he tends to want to go for the big play, and it's frustrating to me. 88 horror fan, thank you for the 5. One thing I've learned from this team this season is when things aren't working, they do not flinch in the face of adversity. LFG. Yeah, just big to show up like that. Cam Curl with the interception. Secondary's banged up. I don't know what it looks like. Who knows? They don't have Kello. We already know that. He's out for the year. Emmanuel Forbes, they say he could have come back in the game. They were being cautious about it. McCreary pulled up with the hamstring, wasn't on the field. So, they're down to Darius Williams, Kobe Durant. Darion Kendrick was inactive, so he would likely play against his former team next week if he has to, suit up. It's interesting, but these are things that Chris Shula's done a nice job of adjusting. Say what you will about Chris Shula, and there are some things I don't love. I don't love how sometimes he's overzealous with the stunts and playing way off guys, but their zone today gave Caleb Williams some fits. You could talk about how many explosives it felt like they had. They're funny enough. No receiver had more than 56 receiving yards in this game. Colston Loveland has been targeted officially the last 4 games over 40 times. I think it's 45 times. He's been targeted 45 times in the last 4 games. He had 56 yards on 4 catches. DJ Moore got this thing going early on. You're like, oh crap. He had a 34-yard play. He only finishes with 52. Romo Dunze gets a 27-yard catch. He finishes with 44. 16-yard pass play to Monunga. He finishes with 36. Cole Kmet had the huge play, but that's only a 14-yard catch. He gets 31. Just because, Caleb Williams ran backwards 26 yards doesn't mean that he gets more yards, right? Luther Burden, 11-yard catch, 24 yards. The Rams defense and Chris Shula held the Bears to 17 points, okay? The Bears were averaging 17 points per game in the 4th quarter in their last 3 games. And Chris Shula said, you know what? I'm going to hold you to 17 points outright. And I'm going to do that with all the injuries I have in the secondary. 3 guys in the cornerback room were out late in the game. And they gave up 1 They gave up a touchdown, sure, but they gave up 17 points. Like, that's insane. I think more and more, like, it's processing. This defense was insane. I don't know, man. I don't know if they're going to talk about it like I am, but that's how I look at it. You held them to 17 points. Chicago Bears were averaging 17 points per game in the fourth quarter, their last 3 games alone. And you held them to 17 the entire game. Man. Deontay Smith, thank you for the 5. Still shocked the defense pulled this off without Witherspoon and Forbes. Yeah. And McCreary on the final drive. Like, it's nuts. Absolutely nuts. Awesome Bill, thank you for becoming a member. Appreciate you. Rusty Shackelford, thank you for the 5. Jake, are you more confident versus the Sea Chickens now? Also, what size is that chain? This is 10 millimeter. And as far as are you more confident versus the Sea Chickens now? I'm the same amount of confident that I've been with the Seahawks as I've ever been. I think the Rams, they're gonna show up. They're gonna be ready to go. They know this team well. Seattle knows the Rams well. The last time they played Seattle, Kevin Dotson went down. He's got an axe to grind. If there's a karma thing, because we don't know for sure, it's widely assumed that Derek Hall stepped in on purpose, stomped on the injured Kevin Dotson's ankle. Okay, that's widely assumed. He was suspended for a game. Like, the league felt that way. That one angle really showed it looked like he did. We don't know for sure. Maybe it looked that way and he didn't, whatever. If he did, I hope to God, the football gods, they hit him with a bunch of lightning with this team, and karma goes in the Rams' favor. The Rams know that they get to play against Sam Darnold, who they have forced 6 interceptions on in 2 games. They sacked him, 8-9 times the last time they played in the playoffs against him. They're looking at Sam Darnold as the guy that's in their way. There is no excuse for the Rams not to win this football game. There's none. They should be able to get after Darnold. They should be able to stop the run. They should be able to pressure. And if those corners play the way they did today, the Rams should have no issue getting into the Super Bowl. And the Rams, by the way, could be staring a rematch against the New England Patriots for a 3rd time in my lifetime. That's insane. I can't lose 3 times to the Patriots in my lifetime. I can't do it. But anyway, Rusty, appreciate you. Wolf, thank you for the 5. Sup, Jake? What's up, Wolf? Our D in every level won this game for us. What say you? I agree completely. The defense was stellar. Look, it's so weird to say that after you watch the Kobe Durant, like the worst coverage you've ever seen in your life play. But at the same time, Kobe Durant had 2 picks. They forced 3 turnovers on Caleb Williams. Okay. Like, this team, this defense, no one thought this defense was going to be good. Like, I had 27-23, so I technically thought the defense would do a better job than most, but I still had the Bears scoring 23 points. Like, under 20 is insane. On the road, in that weather, like, because the traction early on, it looked like the corners, this is what I would say. You saw those big plays early on, the lack of tackling, whatever. It looked like the corners were struggling with the traction. It really did. It looked like they were hard, like their footing wasn't in order or whatever. And then over the course of the game, it got better. And I think that's when they were really able to thrive and break on the football. In that weather, Cam Curl making that diving grab is just utterly insane. What a beast. Crazy. Absolutely crazy. What a win. Deuce Falco, thank you for the 20. Rams beat Seahawks. They win Super Bowl. I think the winner of Rams Seahawks is winning the Super Bowl. I really do. If the Seahawks win, I think they win it. If the Rams win, I think they win it. I think they're the 2 best teams. They've shown that all year. The Rams have played tougher opponents. But I think Seattle is as good as anybody in the league. They have an elite defense. They have a good special teams. Their offense is good. Their offense, they can run the football. What's the deal with Zach Charbonnet? Is he going to play? That remains to be seen. But if he doesn't, Kenneth Walker was dominating the 49ers. And they have one of the best receivers in all of football in Jackson Smith and Jigba. They have one of the best blocking tight ends in the league that can also catch his fair share of touchdowns in AJ Barner. They have a good offensive line. It's gonna be a fun game. No excuse for the Rams not to win this one, though. There's no excuse. The Rams know it. Like, think about how close they were on a short week to going into Seattle and sweeping the Seahawks on the year. No excuse. Last time they were in Seattle, they looked at home. There's no excuse. Man of Paradox, thank you for the 10. JE, appreciate your analysis on the game. Totally spot on. Last Caleb touchdown was inexcusable. That should have been game over. Last interception was thrilling. Rams win next week, no doubt in my mind. I feel good about it, man. I'm excited. I can't wait. Appreciate you, Man of Paradox. Much love. And yeah, let's go get him. Name is Ray. Thank you for the 2. I think we ain't done yet, Jake. Yeah, someone needs to call Marcus Peters and tell him that. It's so funny how we still use that. I know the Rams lost the Super Bowl that year, but man, that was forever a Rams moniker at that point. Yeah. Name is Ray. Thank you for being a member for 50 months. Much love. Appreciate you. That's huge W in the chat there. Josh, thank you for the 2. Next week is this year's Super Bowl. Go Hawks. There you go. Watt Run It. Thank you for the 5. Rams deserve grace for barely beating the Bears, especially after everyone said they can't play in cold/snow. Damned if they do, damned if they don't. That's true. Absolutely true. Matthew Stafford snatches another soul fatality. Mortal Kombat. If you know, you know. Shang Tsung. Thank you for the 5. Savon Brown. I do know what you're talking about. That's kind of funny. But appreciate you there. Anyone like my Skyrim reference? I thought that was pretty cool. Because, I mean, let's be honest here. You're watching this game, and you just watched Caleb Williams throw that pass. After everything you heard, you saw the crazy comeback, 18-point comeback. You're like, this team, they believe, this city believes, all this. And you're starting to see the story unravel in slow motion. And you're telling me that you felt like the Rams were 100% going to win and that wasn't a tsunami of momentum headed at the Rams, dead straight on? Like, come on. No doubt about it in my mind. Like, that was scary. That was scary, man. That was. And they found a way to win. Edson Santos, thank you for the 2. Rams D versus Seattle D. Who's better unit for unit? I mean, Seattle's better defense. They have as good, if not better, of a run defense than the Rams. I think the Rams can stop the run very well. I think Seattle has just the overall better defense. I mean, right now they have better corners. They have better safeties. They have better linebackers, defensive line. I'd probably take the Rams defensive line, but it's close. So, I mean, Seattle pretty much has the better defense through and through, but the offense, I mean, the Rams, pound for pound, they're the better offense, and I don't think it's remotely close. I think the Rams are clearly a better offense. I think they're a better offense, and Seattle is a better defense, but that's what we'll find out on Sunday. Can't wait. Cam Curl, I love you. Yeah, I love him too. P.O. Joe, thank you for the super. Matt the Man, thank you for the 5. No, you're not a Dodger fan, but remind me of Game 7 of the World Series last fall. Man, I'm relieved we pulled it off. Go Rams. Yeah, they found a way. It's weird because being a Yankee fan, it wasn't like I was rooting against the Dodgers. Like, I don't like the Dodgers. I think everybody knows that, but I don't really like Toronto either, you know? So as a Yankee fan, like, I wasn't going to root for Toronto, you know what I mean? So anyway, yeah, that's what I'll say there. Tyrone, thank you for the 2. Love Verse, but I wanted more from him. That's fair, but he looked really good, to be fair. So, you know, pass rush didn't always get there, but when it did, it was effective. And yeah, 6 pressures, most on the team. Had some huge ones in the run game. Yeah, I think Verse deserves some credit. I mean, he's not perfect. He's never going to be perfect. There's nobody that's perfect, but the sacks are going to come. But when they do, people will finally start giving him his respect. Cinco, thank you for the 5. Jay, Cam Curl was a freaking beast everywhere all game. Durant also played well, but this is getting because of that. But he is getting shit because of the Cole Kmet touchdown. I think he needs safety help. I just don't. My biggest concern about that play is that, well, one, I'm glad it didn't end on that for obvious reasons, but also would have sucked for that to be the season, like where they lose and Kobe Durant gets shit after 2 interceptions in a game. But I gotta be honest, my biggest issue with that play is that it doesn't feel like he's actually trying to make a play once there's contact. It felt like he was flopping. And it's like, I understand you're trying to draw the penalty. They're not calling that. They haven't called it all game. They're not calling it there. Don't try to draw the penalty. It wasn't a push-off. Even if you want to say it was a push-off, then it was an embellishment on the part of Kobe Durant. You still have a guy to cover. Don't go for the embellishment and to try and draw a flag when that's the game. You're either, the game's over if he doesn't catch it, and if he does, it goes into overtime. Like, I don't care about getting the call. Try and actually make a play. That's why I had no issue. Like, people were like, how is that not a push-off? I don't care what anyone says. I would have been a little annoyed if he got hit with a push-off and that was the end of the game. Do you know how freaking obnoxious the rest of the week would have been? The Rams are in the NFC title game, and you can't even enjoy it because everyone would have been like, see, they just gave him the game. Dude, after the Buffalo-Denver game, are you kidding me? Let all of that talk be on that. I don't want the Rams to win a game because of a fucking push-off. Are you kidding me? I would have been upset. I actually would have been upset if they won on that. I'm not even going to lie. I would have been upset. That's not a push-off, not even close. I'm not a fan. I'm not going to, sit here and be biased. I'm not going to look at it one way and be hypocritical. Okay? The reality is I had an issue with the way that they didn't call. They called something this same way the whole game for the Bills and Broncos, and then late in the game they just decide we're going to call it a completely different way. I can't turn around and say that in that game for the Rams just because it's my team. It doesn't work that way. It wasn't a push-off. Kobe Durant needs to play as if he's trying to make a play. He's embellishing. They were both pushing. They were both grabbing. He embellished it. But at the same time, I'm just glad the season didn't end on that. And more importantly, I'm glad that a guy who had 2 interceptions and was actually really good in this game, gets to live another day. And maybe okay, the criticism can be a little bit less considering he was a big reason why they were in this game. Lucky Lounger, thank you for the 2. Did T. Ferg do well? Why is tight end always hit hard? I thought he played all right. I mean, he had a miscommunication. That was bad, but he had a key first down. And the touchdown, I mean, it would have been awesome if he caught that, but that's a tough catch. And honestly, it was just perfectly defended by Chauncey Gardner-Johnson. So, yeah, I can't really fault him for that. And Stafford missed Parkinson. He put it where it needed to be for Ferguson, but it was just a really good play. Sometimes it's just really good coverage. Parkinson, he just missed him. But he was still great on that drive. I don't care what anyone says. Zaylor Swift, Tay's knee was down. Cooks got mugged. LOL. Yeah, that's... Wave Coast, Kennels, thank you for the 2. Appreciate you. 2-2 speed will be needed next week. I think he's active next week. I think he was inactive this week because maybe they just didn't feel like they were going to try and go deep down the field like that in the snow. I don't know. I'll say this about 2-2. Can't help but think this guy, his best football is in front of him, and the Rams just lied to him and did not play him the way he was expecting to be played when he signed. And, I've been thinking about this a lot, and I was a little hard on the Cooper Kupp thing because it was like Adams over Cooper Kupp, but honestly, you know what I would have done looking back? And I mean, hindsight's 2020, but I know Cooper Kupp didn't have an incredible season this year, but the rapport he has with Stafford, how he's consistently getting open, he just finds ways to find the soft spot in the zone. He could still block at a high level. He's not the same player. But if you brought him back on a discount, you had Devontae Adams and you had Puka Nacua, I would have loved to see that instead of paying Tutu Atwell $10 million, which you don't even use. I like Tutu Atwell. It's not hating on him. But if I knew ahead of time Tutu Atwell was never going to be used, I would have just brought Kupp back. Like, that's the thing, is like you got rid of Kupp to then pay $10 million to Tutu Atwell. That's never brought up, but like, you know what I mean? It's just, I don't know. Not the biggest fan of that. Daniel Rodriguez, thank you for the 5. Kyron made up for last year's fumble. He was the carry when it mattered most. This game meant something to him. He was awesome. He was so great. And you know what? Blake Corum, who didn't run the ball enough. Like, he didn't run the ball a lot. He only ran 6 times for 19 yards. Wasn't great. But when he needed to, there was a first down conversion on a third down over the middle to Puka Nacua. And he took on a blitz pickup that saved Matthew Stafford maybe the game on that drive. And that is going to get bottled up, and people are going to not really talk about it because there's so many plays to talk about, and it'll definitely fall on deaf ears. But you know what? Blake Corum, this is what it's all about. This is when it takes all 48 is what they say, because those are the guys that suit up. Takes all 48. And Corum might not have helped them in the pass game or really running the football well today, but you know what? Corum helped them on that one play in particular. If he doesn't step up and make that blitz pickup, Stafford gets decked. It's probably a fumble. Who knows if they even win the game? So there you go. There you go. Corum deserves a lot of credit for that. I hope people, pass that around, keep that alive, because that was a huge moment in the game for Corum. Wave Coast Kennels, thank you for the 2. I sent you a message about it on IG. About what on IG? Appreciate you. Thank you for the 2. McVay used it exactly when he needed. Yeah. Magnum PU, thank you for the 20. We finally got rid of Chase Blackburn, as I've told you for weeks now. And look at how, well, I was with you on that. I was with you on that one. I was over Chase Blackburn. Look how special teams are better. Also, I kept saying run when it's 3rd and 1. McVay throws the ball. Ugh. How did Kmet get so open and no push off? Yeah, that was frustrating. I'm just glad you get to live to play another day. That's the good thing, man. That's the good thing. Appreciate the 20. Thank you for the 5, Boondy. Don't know anything about play calling. All I know is MS09 iOS clutch when the game is on the line. Rams down under. Matthew Stafford 09 iOS clutch is clutch. It's hard to do super chats. I tried the other day leaving a super chat and like trying to spell it. I don't know. It just gets all out of whack and everything. Appreciate you. Zephro, my buddy Chris, appreciate you for the 20. Thought the refs called a good game tonight. Now let's go beat those Sea Hags. Well, yeah, let's do it. Chris, appreciate you. Yeah, I thought the refs were great. Fantastic. Absolutely fantastic. Sensational from Sean Hockley. Thank you for the 5. Am I the only one who can't stand Chris Collinsworth, says P Train. He talks out of both sides of his mouth. I like Chris Collinsworth. I like Mike Tirico. I really don't have any issue with any announcer. The only one I'm just over is listening to Jonathan Vilma and Kenny Albert. I'm tired of hearing him. I'm just tired of it. Like I'm just over it. I don't care at this point. It's not even Kenny Albert's fine. I don't want to hear Jonathan Vilma call the Rams games anymore. Like I'm over it. Stop putting the Rams with the Jonathan Vilma stuff. Like I just don't. No. Like I'm tired of hearing him. I feel like he doesn't like them when he calls them. It's just ugh. Anyway, Bo Scamp Mookie, thank you for the becoming a YouTube member. Much love. Appreciate you. Wave Coast Kennels back at it with the 5. McVay called the plays he needed exactly when he needed. Outside skirt with a touchdown. Yeah, he did. Like when he had to have something, he got it. I mean, he had the 2 touchdowns with Kyron Williams, the play calls on the final drive. I think McVay will get it fixed up. I think he was overthinking things because of the weather, because of the opponent. I think it's going to be a much better, more simplified, more streamlined look against Seattle. That's what I think. Amber Pitts, thank you for the 2. How do you think Verse did today? Honestly, missed sack. I thought he played pretty well. There were times where I was like, why is he getting bodied by Cole Kmet one-on-one, whatever? But I thought he played pretty well. He had some huge moments in the game, and I think that's just who he is. He's not somebody that's going to dominate the entire game, but he is somebody that he'll get lost in the shuffle a little bit, and then he comes alive when you really need him. And I thought that's what we saw today. Great question. Hector, thank you for the 10. Or excuse me, thank you for the 5. I can't even read today, apparently. Great win, Jake. Did Ben Johnson shake hands with McVay, or did he just run by him? I did not see any handshake after the game. I have no idea, actually. I didn't watch. I was too busy celebrating with my crew, my family, because I have the same people over just about every single weekend. My best friend, his wife, my brother, my father, my uncle, my girlfriend, and my buddy Joe. And yeah, I mean, we watched most of the games together, and we watched last week, we watched this week, and we'll be watching Sunday. So it's why, because I see in the comment section, Jake, you should be starting it right when No. You have to understand, it's a placeholder time with my live streams. I'm going to be tuned in. I'm going to be live 5 to 10 minutes, or maybe I'll be on time. But if it's 5 to 10 minutes after it's scheduled, don't be surprised, because I'm also with people. And I'm not just going to be like, all right, bye. See you guys. I'm not going to say bye to everybody, So that's why. But yeah, I didn't actually see that. I was too busy celebrating with everybody. I did not see if they shook hands or anything. What a great win, man. Absolutely. LL Cooley, thank you for the 10. Kyron balled out. We need Kyron in on consecutive drives. Not a fan of the running back rotation. I could not agree more. And honestly, that makes me wonder, did Sean McVay's obsession with having that taking turns series thing, was his obsession, did it bleed into, we're not going to run it with, we didn't trust Blake Corum, so we're just not going to run it at all? Because that just can't happen, in my opinion. Johnny Boyler, thank you for the 2. McVay, 10 wins in playoffs, youngest at 39 years old. Yep. McVay has 10 wins. Kyle Shanahan has 9. So Sean McVay has more playoff wins than Kyle Shanahan yet again. He has the same amount as Sean Payton. If Payton loses and Sean McVay wins, Sean Payton will have fewer playoff wins than Sean McVay. Sean McVay is now 9-4 in the playoffs. Is that his record? 9-3 or 10-3? Is it 10-3? Let me check. He is 10-5. Okay, yeah, 10-3. He's 10-5. He lost to the Eagles. He lost to the Lions. He lost to the Packers, and he lost to the Patriots in the Super Bowl and the Falcons in the wild card. Yep. Man, what a baller. I love McVay, and there's some things that I just cannot stand that he does, but 10 wins, he's earned them, man. He has earned them. And how about that? The Rams had their season end in the snow on the final play of the game, down 13 yards away from winning winning the divisional round of the playoffs and hosting the NFC Championship game. How about that? In the snow, they find a way. In the divisional round, same round, they move on, and big reason why they learned from last year. That's for sure. Mas Tortillas, thank you for the 5. Just wanted to say thanks for providing content updates all week, Jake. Let's go finish conference play with a dub and take the whole enchilada. Love that. And of course, I love doing these. I love being present in the moment. And this week was fun to cover, man. There was actually things to talk about. I felt like there was constantly stuff on the Bears side, on the Rams side. And we went live, I think, every single day. And we'll continue to do that. Why not? I'm excited. I'm having fun. You guys are having fun. You guys show up. We still have over 1,000 people in here. It's been an hour and a half. So, we're getting close to midnight here. So, yeah. Pretty insane, if you ask me. Pretty insane. FHS Governor, thank you for the 10. I was worried about the Bears, not so worried about the Hawks. Feel bad for Hawks fans. They only get 2 extra games while we get 4. We shall see. They got to take care of business, but I feel good about it. Thank you, Governor, for the 10. User Y708M, thank you for the 2. Much appreciated. Magnum PU, thank you for the 10. That throw by Caleb to Komet outshined last week's play of the year. We went from getting ready to celebrate to saying, what just happened? I think I was just like, I am sick right now. That was killing me. Appreciate the 10. No, that was brutal. Alex Preciado, thank you for the 5. Went to the watch party at a bar in Phoenix, and Jared versus brothers showed up. Hell of a game. We're winning the bowl in 49er Stadium versus Patriots. Oh my God. You could not write a story any better. If the Rams can beat New England in the Super Bowl, get revenge on New England in the 49ers backyard, that is hilarious. That would be hilarious. That really would. You know, the last time the Rams played football on that field, they put up 42 points. I was there. So I think they're ready for it, man. You just got to get through Seattle. Alex, thank you for the 5. Alex, double X Alex. Ben Johnson proved himself as a top coach this year, and Caleb is unlocking the potential that made him so special coming out of OU/USC. Great win. It's true. Hell of a season for them. I felt like they were just a year early, and they were better than I expected. I had them making the playoffs, but I didn't have them getting this far. Props to them. Deuce Falco, thank you for the 10. Rams easily win. I don't get it. Are you saying they're going to easily win? I don't know. I don't know about that one. Deuce Falco, thank you for the 10. I owe my downstairs neighbor an apology because I was going crazy on the Cam Curl interception in OT. I knew we'd lock it up after that. It felt like it was written in the stars after that one. CLG Prodigy, appreciate the 5. I mean, hey, if you're not going crazy after that play, I mean, what is football at that point? Just such, oh man, that was awesome. That was fantastic. Thank you for the 5. Appreciate you. User 7Y7. All right, I'm not going to keep saying that. User Y7 has a super sticker, and it just says super sticker. So appreciate you there. Sorry, I would show it, but it doesn't do that, unfortunately. Hunter Parham, thank you for the 2. Rams by a milli next week. I don't think any team's won by a million, but I guess there's a first time for everything, right? Aiden, thank you for the 2. Ram fan here in Seattle going to see this W in person. You have a blast. That is going to be insane. Appreciate you. Dodger Ram LA, thank you for the 5. Imagine this team if AD99 doesn't retire. It wouldn't be fair. Go Rams. They could definitely use him. I'm not going to say they couldn't. Appreciate the 5 there. Jeff, thank you for the 5. Glad Miss Kraft get to rep the Rams in Chicago. Whose house? Yeah. She got to watch it with her grandpa, and that was quite the game. And I'm sure part of him, even though he's upset, you know, he's been a Bears fan his whole life, but I'm sure if they were going to lose to anybody, I'm sure he's glad it happened to the Rams, and he's happy for Alexis. So, shout out Papa Don. Anthony, thank you for the 5. On that 3rd and 7 with 2:07 left in the game, McVay should have went for the kill instead of running the ball when the Bears had 1 timeout left. I totally agree. At that point, they used the timeout. It's going to be the 2-minute warning. Just throw the football. Yeah, there was no point in running the football. I didn't understand that, but they ended up winning, so thank God. But I agree. Melissa, I love this team. Go Rams. Appreciate you, Melissa. I love it too. Thank you for the 5. Grady, appreciate the 5. I would have been so frustrated if we lost this game. I truly believe we were the best team last year. This weather today and last year makes it not even. Yeah, it would have been really frustrating because I do feel like this is the best team in the NFL. They've won 14 games. They're 14-5 on the season, and they are now 7-4 on the road. Yeah, you know, what's so funny to me, and I mean, I remember my dad was the first one that pointed this out, but the Rams had their no-win November in the way of that 2-game losing streak with Seattle and Atlanta. The no-win November happened, of course, in November. They lost 3 straight, and they weren't really that close. There was one close game. The other 2 were kind of they got blown out by the 49ers 31-10. They lost to, the Titans by I think 12. And they lost to the Packers in a game that wasn't that close. They made it kind of a close game. They lost by 8. But yeah, this was like the equivalence of that no-win November. At that point, the Rams had only lost 3 games on the year. They go into that game, everything's looking good. They just come off a huge win. I was at the Lions game. They're 11-3. They're 6-1 at home. Everything looks good, and then they lose to Seattle after going up by 14 points or 16 points or whatever it was, and just blowing that lead. That was just brutal. And then blowing it and then scoring a touchdown overtime. That's brutal. If you lose scoring a touchdown overtime, that just stings. So yeah, 2-point conversion. Then everything kind of changes. So yeah, I still believe they're the best team. I think they just kind of had that kind of rough stretch. It was close to the end of the year when everyone's really focusing on football. And I think there are a lot of people that aren't sold on the Rams because of that, but this is a team that has a top 10 defense. We saw that today, and they have the number 1 offense in the league. And so, their special teams, which isn't the best in the world, it's gotten a lot better. And I think this is the best team in football. I really do. By the way, the last time a player in the postseason for the Rams had 2 interceptions, they went to the Super Bowl. That was Aeneas Williams. They went on to play the Patriots, crazy enough. Hunter, thank you for the 5. Appreciate you. Jared, thank you for the 5. Jake, great play on 3rd and goal. Stop by D. Will and Lake. I think that was the play of the game, and it was a push-off. Yeah, it's the spear from Quentin Lake was insane. I loved watching that. I don't think it was a push-off. I don't think it was enough to call it, but that's fair. I'll let you have that one. Appreciate you. Canuck, LA Canuck, appreciate you with the 20. Just got back from a watch party. Wow, just jumping in. Didn't care for the 3 passes at the end. Then the kick concerned me. That would toss it away to them. But we got it. Let's go Rams. NFC onward. Carl. Appreciate you, Carl. What a win. Can't stress it enough. What a game. I did not expect the Rams to only score 20 points in this one. I did not expect their offense to struggle as much as it did and the play calling to be as bad as it was, but they found a way to win. And by the way, Seattle, who has won 15 games this year, they lose this game. The Rams match their season wins at 15. So say what you will, but the Rams, they beat Seattle. They tie Seattle for wins on the season. And if they win the Super Bowl, they'd win 16 games, which is more than anybody in the league. So something to keep in mind there. Just a little something no one really talks about because no one really talks about postseason wins and combines them, but I do. Wave Coast Kennels has been on it. Thank you for the 10. That game was surgical. McVay ran the outside slant exactly when he needed. I was yelling for them to do it, but McVay knew exactly when to use it. So that slant to Nakua is just bread and butter. I need that like I need oxygen. And when they run that thing, it's a thing of beauty. He is just so good running after the catch. Man, I'm so hyped for this team. I really am. LA Canuck, we're finally here at the end of this thing. LA Canuck just saw that Adams was injured. I didn't notice that what happened. Carl, yeah, he got his knee went down, but I think, was it his hamstring? I mean, I know he banged up his hamstring before, but yeah, I'm not really sure. Let's see. They don't even have there's the locker room speech. Oh, I got to see this locker room video. One sec. Let's see. Oh man. This is great. Where's Mevis at? Oh man, that was cool. I like that. You can tell, like, Sean, he's missing the home locker room so much in those speeches because he likes to pace around. And there's like no room in that visitor's locker room at Soldier Field. That was crazy. Oh man, that was awesome. Moss Tortillas, thank you for becoming a member, as well as 677 B Man. Thank you for becoming a member. And Isai Calderon, Cam Curl just gave himself an extent. He very well might have. Like, you know, Sean McVay was like, my mother, you know what, man, Cam Curl. You know, where is he at in the post game? They definitely know that, yeah. Yeah, anyway, that was great. Matthew Stafford, by the way, has improved to 7-2 in the playoffs with the Rams. So to every single bozo that said trading for Matthew Stafford was a mistake because he had 0 playoff wins and he was 0-3, enjoy the middle finger because you don't know ball. And we all knew that Matthew Stafford was coming to a team that was the best fit for him. And he's put together a Super Bowl. He's going to his second NFC championship. He could go to his second Super Bowl. He has been incredible. And he wasn't even his best self today, but he's found ways to get it done. They're not here without Matthew Stafford. He's the MVP. I mean, I can tell you right now, he didn't have like 5 fumbles like Drake May had. Drake May's also thrown an interception in both playoff games too, might add. Now, I think Drake May is a stud, but another interesting thing, like when I was watching Drake May today against the Texans defense, and mind you, they're a tough defense, May just takes off and runs. He's not even trying to process the field. Like when he was not trying to process. He's like, oh, okay. He gets to his second read, he's gone. He's already running for the football. He's running with the football. You know, Stafford is just a better processor mentally. Obviously, he's been around a lot longer, so not really a shock there. SoCal Rams, appreciate you with the YouTube membership. And then Double X Alex, thank you for the 2. Stafford, correction, Dome Boy. Yeah, that was the dumbest thing ever. If any Bears fan was calling Stafford Dome Boy this week, you don't get my tip of the cap. Like, no, those people were annoying as hell. I'll be sure to quote tweet that one idiot who put that stupid AI slop thing together for Dome Boy or whatever. Man. Cam Curl allowed just 2 receptions for 11 yards on 4 targets and covered and recording 2 pass defense and eventually the game-sealing interception. Curl also had 13 tackles, 2 run stuffs among the team high 13 tackles, and missed only 1 tackle. Dude, can the Rams please wear their rivalries? Can they do it? Can they wear the all black, the midnight black? Like, come on. Wear the rivalry uniforms against Seattle and have Seattle wear their rivalries. I don't care. I want to see it. Make it happen. The all black versus the stretch marks. Let's go. Let's do it. All rivalries, baby. Do it. Make it fun. They're not. Seattle's going to wear that all blue. The Rams are going to wear their blue pants and the white shirt, but still, do the all rivalries. I'm here for it. CLG Prodigy, thank you for the 5. Not sure if you touched on this yet, but genuine question. How's your confidence in Mevis now? I was a huge Cardi defender, but Mevis won me over tonight. Same here. Here's what I think about Mevis. If it's inside 50, well, I'd say it's inside 45. I feel really good. If it's outside of 45, I don't know. Like, I don't get this feeling that he's a great booming kicker. He's not Matt Gay, and he's not Greg Zuerlein, and he's not Josh Cardi. He's a different style kicker. He's a guy that you want because he's going to be consistent inside the 45. Mevis is not a guy that you're going to use like what's his name? Cam Little for Jacksonville. Jacksonville gets down there and they're in field goal range, 68-yard field goal. You're not doing that with Mevis. You're not doing that. So that's the thing. Like when Cardi figures it out mentally, and he will. We've seen kickers go through this. Go and look at what's his face, the kicker that ended the game against the Rams, the Falcons kicker. Oh man, I cannot remember the guy's name. What the hell is his name? Zane Gonzalez. Zane Gonzalez was supposed to be this great kicker. He was a bust. Then eventually he got good and like he got his confidence. Cardi's story isn't written, you know, so he'll be fine. He'll catch on somewhere. It'll happen. But the thing about Mevis is he doesn't have the leg of the other guys. It's just the thing is he's clutch. That's what he's been. He's been consistent. He missed that field goal against the Seahawks, true. And that was when I was like I was starting to sour on him. But in that weather, to make that field goal, to make all the field goals he made, the extra points too, yeah, I trust him. I do. Game on the line, I think he'll make it. Because they're not attempting 55-yarders with Mevis. If you know what you're good at, then do it. But I don't, like, you don't have a booming kicker. You don't have a Greg the Leg. So just as long as you know that, call the game accordingly. That's what I would say. That's a great question. There, Alex Smith, do you think Ben thought about going for 2? I 100% think so. 100%. That was what was freaking me out. Is that I was like, I was just thinking back to the Seahawks game, man. When they threw that touchdown, I was like, you're either going into overtime against Chicago or you're about to have a ball at the 2-yard line. And you've done a nice job in the red zone today, stopping the 4th down. But you're going to have a ball at the 2-yard line and it's going to be a 2-point conversion and we're watching Seattle all over again. And I don't think I could have watched in the same season 2 2-point conversions win games against the Rams. I don't think I could have. I could not have handled that. So, yeah, it was the first thought in my mind. Ben Johnson's going to go down the field. They're going to score a touchdown, and he's going to go for 2 and win it. So, I was not happy about that. It worked out, though. 677B, man, thank you for the 5 from Detroit and followed Stafford to the Rams. Beyond happy for him. Anyone surprised that the Bears didn't go for 2 after the 4th down play? I was stunned. I totally thought they were doing it. I thought they were doing it because the way I see it is this. If you throw a miracle thing, right? Because that was like a crazy play. You do that and you have to assume the Rams just had their spirits broken. You have to assume, like, you could even look at it like, how are we in this game? We're not supposed to be in this game. We're not supposed to have a chance to win this game. Let's just go for 2. Like, you know, like... Let's just go for 2. And I think if they're the road team, I do think they 100% go for 2. Being the home team, having home field advantage with the way the overtime rules work, I understood why they kicked the extra point. I do. Man, if he missed the extra point, though, that would have been crazy. But anyway, guys, you guys showed up, showed out. It's been a blast. What a win. What a live stream. This has got to be an all-timer. I mean, 12,000 views in less than 2 hours is just gnarly. So I really appreciate you guys, the way you guys have kind of rallied around this channel. And this is why I say all the time, like, subscribers don't really like mean as much as they used to, but they still matter. But like, man, we're at 32,361 subscribers and you guys show up and show out and it's just so awesome. It's the consistent viewership and just how you guys have been with me all year, you know, win or lose. And it's just so cool. It's awesome to be able to do this. I don't take it for granted at all. The super chats are insane. You guys allow me to do this as my full-time job. So I can't thank you enough. But yeah, man, what a freaking game for real. Jared, thank you for the 5. No way Johnson goes for 2 the way 3 4th down stops. Yeah, I mean, that's probably why he didn't go for it. It's why you put that out there. The Rams stop him, and now it's like, all right, that's in his head. Great point. Oh, in the fourth quarter, did you see that hit by Quentin Lake? I did. I loved it, Magnum. Thank you for the 5. No, it was awesome. It was awesome to see. I interviewed Quentin Lake this year. I interviewed Cam Curl. Those two had some big moments. Really cool. I had no idea when I was talking to Cam Curl. There's no way I would have known this before the season. I'm talking to Cam Curl on the lounge, and I'm literally interviewing the guy that, let's say this is probably around August, I want to say. Maybe earlier in the year. No, it was a little bit after the Eagles game. So less than a year later, he's going to make a play that sends the Rams to the NFC Championship game. Did not expect that. So what a play, what a win. Way to finish the game. What a kick by Mevis. Special teams was great. Defense, they really showed up today. Turnovers, I knew they were going to get them on Caleb, and they did. Kyron was great, held on to the football. Everyone was just, oh, he's due. He's going to fumble. No, he actually recovered a fumble today. And yeah, I couldn't be more proud. I couldn't be more proud about this team. Really couldn't. So felt good coming into this game. Feel a lot better coming out of it. Now we're on to Seattle. And the Rams, by the way, still have the 13th overall pick in the NFL draft. So there you go. So they're in the Final Four, officially in the Final Four. They're in the Final 2 in the NFC. They're 1 win away from the Super Bowl, and they have the 13th overall pick. It's pretty damn good to be a Rams fan right now. Let's see how good it can get. This team should win the Super Bowl. They are the best team. I've said it all year. I believe that to be the case. But they're going to have a tough road ahead of them going through Seattle to get to Levi Stadium. Don't sleep on that team. So I think they'll win, but we'll get into that. I'm excited. Jared's coming back at it. Great time for the Rams defense to have one of their best games of the season. This team can beat you in multiple ways. Let's go Rams and good night. Absolutely. Appreciate you. McVay all day with the super sticker. Appreciate you, McVay all day. Guys, it's been an absolute pleasure and a privilege. And a big shout out to the sponsor of this channel, Sleeper. Be sure to get in on the action. Use promo code JKB. You'll get a 100% bonus match up to $100 on your first deposit. And also be sure to check out the $20 free entry over on Sleeper. There's 4 teams left. That means we have championships Sunday. Rams, Seahawks, Broncos, Patriots. Get in on the action over at Sleeper. And yeah, that's pretty much all there is to it. Link is in the description below. And that is going to do it. Just under 2 hours. Fun stream. We haven't been able to do these numbers in quite some time. These are some crazy numbers. 12,000 views tonight. You guys showed up and showed out. Awesome, awesome, awesome stuff. Appreciate you. Thank you for making my Sunday. Shout out to the Rams. What a win. We move on. Same time next week, folks. Fox, Rams, Seahawks, part 3. We're going to have plenty of breakdowns, coverage, all of that this week. Probably going to get some guests on. Can't wait for it. I'll see you guys later. Take care, folks.